The movie begins with Nick, a sensitive and slightly awkward guy who's calling his girlfriend after they broke up, saying this is the last playlist he'll be making her, and he's clearly missing her. At school, Nora is vibing to music, and she talks to her friend Caroline. Triss, Nick's girlfriend, walks by and tells them that he made her another playlist, and makes fun of its cover art while throwing it out. Nora picks the playlist for the garbage and says that he has amazing taste in music, and she does not know what she's missing. Caroline teases her, saying that she is in love with this guy, but she says that she doesn't know him, but she's going to take this playlist, as his musical taste has captured her attention. Nick is part of a small, indie band. His bandmates Tom and Dev come to call him for a gig, but he says that he is taking a holiday for his mental health. His friends tell him that he needs to get over his breakup since it's been a month, so they say that they'll go play the gig, and then they can look out for someone better for him. They're determined to help him move on from Triss and enjoy the night. They suddenly hear something on the car radio, that their favorite band Fluffy is supposed to play at a secret place, announced at the last minute in the neighborhood. His friends tell him that he can't miss this, so he agrees to come. Nora and Caroline get to know about Fluffy's concert, and they plan to go as well. Nora makes Caroline promise that she won't get drunk and leave her alone the entire night. Caroline promises she won't. Triss comes to tell Caroline that she's going for Fluffy's show with a guy who follows her around the mall. Nick takes his instrument and gets into his car to go to the gig. Nora and Caroline are also heading out for a night of adventure, and Caroline pours a strong drink. At the club, Nick's band is playing and Nora is watching him play. Caroline is having a good time and drinking a lot. Nick is distracted when he spots Triss in the crowd, flirting with her new boyfriend. Nick's band's gig ends, and as he's getting off stage, Nora stares at him and Caroline teases her. Then as Nick is passing by, Caroline pushes Nora on Nick. He walks over to Dev and tells him that he wants to go say hi to Triss, but Dev tells him not to. Triss goes to talk to Nora and teases her about not having a boyfriend. Triss tells her that her boyfriend Gary is in college, and she should try dating a college guy as they're more into smart girls and less into looks. Nora tells her that she has come to the party with her boyfriend. Nora impulsively approaches Nick and asks him to pretend to be her boyfriend for 5 minutes. Nick is oblivious to who she is. They share an awkward but endearing kiss. Nick asks Triss if she got his mixtapes as she walks away and asks Nora how does she know Triss. Nora then understands that Nick is Triss' ex. She realizes what she's done, panics, and runs towards Caroline. Dev tells Nick to go follow Nora. Caroline is hilariously intoxicated, and Nora knows she can't just leave her alone. Nick says he'll help Nora to get Caroline home. As they are carrying Caroline to the car, Triss stops them and asks Nick if he can drive her and her boyfriend home. Nora steps in and tells her that the car is full, and they leave. Triss is pissed. Nick's car has trouble starting. Just then, Tom and Dev stop in front of his car. A friend starts fixing his car, while Tom tells Nora that her assistance is required in the van and sits in her place to talk to Nick. Nick tells Tom that he can ask Nora stuff about Triss, but Tom tells him not to ruin it with her and go find Fluffy. Nora goes to the van and Dev gives her a hot bra to change into, saying that they've seen them kissing and they don't like his ex, so she can get with him. He tells her that he's gay, so she can change there, and offers to take Caroline home in their band's van while Nick and Nora can go look for Fluffy together. His friends fix his car, and Nick gets locked out of it. Tom, Nick, and a few friends try to make drunk Caroline to unlock the car, but she just smiles and stares at them. Nora gets there and makes Caroline do it, and Nick's friends take her to the van to drop her home. Nora plays some music and asks Nick if his friends are gay. He says not all his friends, but the ones in the van are gay, so nothing's going to happen to Caroline. Along the way, a drunk couple thinks Nick's car is a taxi, and they get into it and start getting cozy with each other. Nick doesn't know what to do, so he just drives away with them. To make things less awkward, Nick starts talking to Nora about her college plans. They discuss which college they are planning to go to, and find out that both of their colleges are close to each other. Nick drops the weird couple off, and they pay him thinking it's a cab. Then, as the mixtape is playing, they hear a message he recorded for Triss. Nick asks her to ignore it, but Nora says she wants to use the loo. She tries calling Caroline from the loo, but Caroline doesn't pick up. Caroline thinks she's been kidnapped, as she forgot about getting there in the first place. As the van stops, Caroline runs out from the van. In the washroom, Nora finds a clue as to where Fluffy's concert is going to be. It's going to be at Brooklyn's pool. She pulls Nick and they go. Nick starts asking Nora questions about Triss. Nora is clearly not into the topic and talks badly about Triss. But agitated Nick tells her that she's probably the girl that Triss said is jealous of her. Nora asks him to stop the car. She's furious and she punches Nick and walks away. Nick gets a call from Tom who tells him that they lost Caroline. He tells Tom that this is unacceptable and goes to tell Nora about it. Nick and Nora then meet as friends and get into the van to search for Caroline. Tom says that since Caroline likes to party, maybe she is at the Fluffy concert. Nora tells them that the Fluffy concert is going to be at Brooklyn Pool, but they can't go there until they find Caroline. They all go looking for her at the bus station, and Nora tries to call her. She's puking at the bus station's toilet. Her phone falls into the toilet. She picks it up to speak to Nora. But a janitor with blasting music enters the restrooms, so they can't hear each other, and the line gets cut. Nora tells the guys that she couldn't hear Caroline because of the music, so the guys tell her that she's probably at the concert, so they should go there, and they leave. That is when Caroline is just getting out of the restroom, and they just miss her. They get to the concert, and Nora walks directly to the security, who just lets them in because of her. Nick asks Nora who she is, and how did that happen? She tells him that she is someone famous's daughter. They start dancing in a very cute but different way. Nick's friends push them together as they dance. Suddenly, a guy named Tal pulls Nora and kisses her. Nora introduces Nick to him as Triss's latest victim. But he knows them because of their band and makes fun of them for it. Then the concert is almost starting, so both go their different way. The host says another band is playing, so everyone walks out. Tal tries to hit on Nora, but she leaves him and goes to find Nick. She meets him outside. He's obviously the sweet guy because he sees that she's cold, so he removes his coat and gives it to her as they get into the van. Triss sees this and immediately gets into a taxi with her boyfriend and asks the driver to follow the van. Nick asks her if Tal is her boyfriend. She says he's her ex and they're friends. Nick asks her friends with benefits. She tells him it's a never-ending story. He says like him and Triss. Tom asks them where they're going. Nora tells them that Caroline usually barfs at the same places, so they go to look there. Nora goes to a store to check and inquire about Caroline. As she's talking to the attendant, Triss gets there and asks her if she likes Nick. Nora asks her if she does. Triss says she was with him for 6 months. But Nora points out that she was cheating on him throughout. Triss asks her if she told him that she was cheating on him. Nora says no. Nick is talking to Tom, who tells him to focus on the little things, while Triss tries to poison Nora's mind by saying that she doesn't want both of them to get hurt because he's still into Triss, and she's heard that Nora's never had an orgasm. Nora says that doesn't matter, but Triss says it could affect his self-esteem. Caroline calls Triss. Nora speaks to her and asks her where she is, but the call gets cut before she can tell her. They go to a gay bar and find Caroline there. Triss loses her boyfriend and keeps following them. As they go to drop Nick to his car, they see Triss there. Nick says he should go and speak to her and finish it off, and he asks Nora, how will they get home? Nora says that the guys will drop her. Nick goes to meet Triss. Nick asks Triss why she's waiting there. She tells him that she wants him to drop her home. He asks her, why didn't she ask her boyfriend to do that? She says that he doesn't have his cute car. Nora calls Tal and goes to meet him. Triss starts flirting with Nick in the car and touching him as he's driving. Tal shows Nora his CD and asks if she likes it, then asks if her father will like it. They get the bill at the table. Tal asks her if she can speak to someone about not charging them, and she tells the waitress that the bill amount was wrong and they were charged less, and she leaves. Triss tells him to stop by the river. She takes his hand and lets him touch her boobs. She gets out of the car, dances, and puts on a show for him. Even kisses the windscreen. But Nick thinks of Nora and leaves her and drives away. Nick calls Nora and apologizes to her and asks her where she is so he can come to meet her. Nora is at the diner and tells him where she is. He goes to meet her. As they're walking on the street, she tells Nick about her relationship with Tal. They've been together for 3 years and that she's not kissed anyone before. Nora asks Nick if he wants to go somewhere, and she drives him, but crashes his car when they reach. She takes him to her father's studio where all of the biggies have recorded, like Celine Dion, Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stones, and he is shocked and in total awe. Dev, Tom and friends are listening to the radio station driving, and the jockey says that he has a clue about where the Fluffy concert is, and he reads out numbers. The guys are all confused, but Dizzy Caroline tells them that it's an address, and they take a turn towards their destination. Nora tells him to play his song in the recording studio, but they end up kissing and doing it on the couch at the studio, her first time. As they are spending a cute moment together, Nora gets a text from Caroline that they have found Fluffy. Nora puts her clothes in place, and they leave to go there. When they reach the concert and meet Caroline and the boys, Tris gets there with Gary and tries to talk to Nick and get him back. Tal gets there as well and asks Nora what's wrong. When Tal is being rude to Nick, he stands up to him, and Nick and Nora walk away to enjoy the concert. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to watch many more such cool recaps. And hit the bell icon too.